It's 2026. The Xbox 360 is 20 years old. And yet, some of its games are still online today. Not remasters, not remakes, not talking about backwards compatibility. Original Xbox 360 games still online, still finding matches today. So which ones still work, and why haven't they been shut down just yet? Let's find out. What's up guys, the Gaming Ginger here and welcome back to the channel. Now if you're into retro gaming, game collecting or just want to find out why the Xbox 360 works even today, then this video is for you. Because when most people think of the Xbox 360 in 2026, they assume that servers are down, that online is dead and that all support was lost long ago. But that's not actually true. So today I'm going to break down which games still work online today. Which games can you jump into, find a match, and play against somebody from the other side of the world? I'm going to talk about why and how these games still work online, when even today, modern AAA games often run into problems where their servers are down. And this is all tested on original Xbox 360 hardware. We're talking about an original Xbox 360, the original controller, and of course, physical hard Xbox 360 games. And just a caveat, when I say active servers, I don't mean packed lobbies like it's 2009. What I mean is you can still connect online and matchmake with other people around the world. Sometimes you might need a bit of patience and have to wait. Sometimes you might have to log on at a certain time of the day. But the fact is, these games still work online today in 2026. So before we actually look at some of these games, it's important to know why this actually works in 2026. I mean, even sometimes you'll log into Call of Duty, the newest one, Black Ops 7, and servers will be down. You'll log into FIFA and servers will be down. So how can it be that you can connect to an online game from a game that was released 20 years ago? And that's because a lot of Xbox 360 games, particularly shooters, use what's called peer-to-peer networking. Unlike modern games today, there is not a massive centralized server sat somewhere on Earth. Now for those modern games where there is a centralized server, what happens is you have your Xbox and you connect to the server. Somebody else around the world has an Xbox, they connect to the server, and the server provides the connection and the game so you can play against each other. However, with peer-to-peer networking, what happens is the two people playing the game, the host, actually host the game on their device. In this case, the Xbox 360. And what this means is that as long as a matchmaking service is available on the game, and you've got two people connected to the internet who are willing to play against each other, they'll always be able to join each other in a game. Now, it wasn't all like this. Lots of games back on the 360 era, such as your FIFAs, did have big centralized servers, and they are often the first ones to die because big corporate companies like EA, like Activision, don't want to pay to keep servers running for a game that has no players on it or very few players still on it. So keep all that in mind because you might notice a little bit of a pattern about the games that are going to work, and let's take a look at some of those now. So let's get the obvious one out of the way first of all. Yes, of course, I'm talking about Call of Duty. So it turns out that in 2026, most of the Call of Duty games on the Xbox 360 still work today. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop in World at War, maybe Modern Warfare 2 as well, and we're going to try and find a game. Let's take a look. So as you can see, we are using my Halo Reach Xbox 360S, which is my go-to Xbox 360, and that's just because this model has Wi-Fi, everything already built in, so it's really easy just to hook up and play. Okay, so let's see how long it takes us to get into a game on Call of Duty World at War in 2026. Start button. Now we're going to go into Nazi Zombies because that's my favourite mode in Call of Duty games. We'll click on Xbox Live, and then I guess we'll just hit Find Match. Now it does say 388 people online, which I guess is quite promising. I don't know if that means the entire game or if that just means Call of Duty Zombies. And there you go, immediately we found a person literally in the first, what was that, like 30 seconds? I'll blur their name out just because I don't want to put gamer tags on the video if I ready up. Let's go into a quick game and see how we get on. In fact, another person's now joined. There's actually 3 of us in the game in what, a matter of minutes. And there we have it, game loaded up. We're in the game. As you can see, these people are running around too. Well, I mean, this guy stood there, but this guy's running around. These are real people online on Call of Duty World at War 20 years or 18 years after its release. I'll play this game and then let's check out one of the other games. Yeah, so we got to about around 11 on that game of Call of Duty World at War Zombies. Absolutely stunned that we got into a game in literally like 2 minutes. We're going to check out Modern Warfare 2, see if it's the same for this game, and then we're going to move on to some other games and see if it's just Call of Duty that works today, or if other franchises work too. So for this one, let's just go straight into multiplayer. No zombies on Modern Warfare 2, of course. Into Xbox Live we go, and again, fine match. Now, this one doesn't tell you how many people were online like it did in World at War. However, again, immediately, we are literally straight into a game. There is no editing here. That has gone straight into a game with, like, immediately. Let's see how full the game is. So, yeah, I mean, this isn't... Okay, I've been spawn killed, so there might be some, like, die-hard players on here, but... As you can see there, this game is full. It's 2 teams of 8, 16 people. And yeah, straight into a game. Can we get a kill? Of course we can. So there you go. Modern Warfare 2, just like World at War, if not even faster. Straight into a game. Full lobbies as well. So yeah, you can clearly still play Modern Warfare 2 in 2026, even on an old Xbox 360. Now let's check out some other games that aren't Call of Duty. So the next series that we're going to take a look at is an Xbox exclusive. It's one of the best franchises from this generation of gaming, and that of course is Gears of War. So apparently Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3 both still work online today. Let's pop it in and see if we can get in a game. Now, growing up, I've always been more of a Halo fan rather than Gears of War. And I don't actually think I ever played Gears of War online. Now, I've put Gears of War 2 in, as you've just seen. So I don't even know where the multiplayer is. I mean, it's got a multiplayer option. So I guess we will try and go straight for that. Now, it wanted me to play campaign at first, but we just want to go straight to multiplayer. Let's see. Can we get in a game? I think, obviously, Call of Duty is a much bigger franchise than Gears of War, particularly nowadays. You know, back in the 360 era, they were probably maybe on par, or at least close to par. Nowadays, Gears of War is certainly not what it used to be. It obviously used to be an Xbox exclusive back in the day, and it was one of the biggest reasons to pick up an Xbox 360. Call of Duty has obviously gone on to do its own thing since then. Can we get in a game? It's certainly not as quick as the Call of Duty games. I might have to time-lapse this bit and I'll wait until we get into a game. Okay, so I've been waiting for a couple of minutes now, and while I appreciate that's not a long time, both Call of Duty games I got into a game with under a minute and, well, under 10 seconds really, and as you can see there, it's searching, it's not finding anybody at all. I imagine if people were online, it would start filling up the lobby on the right-hand side, and it's not even found one person yet. Now, I guess the positive with this is that it is actually searching for a game, so it's not saying servers are down or anything. It's not letting me search for a game, it's just not finding people. So maybe people are not online, or maybe there are a couple of matchmaking games up, but they're already full. So I guess Gears of War for now, or Gears of War 2 for now, is a downer. But yeah, let's move on to another game. So this one surprises a lot of people, and that is Grand Theft Auto or GTA 4. Now, I actually forgot this game had online at all. I thought online started with GTA 5. Now, GTA 4 did have online, and obviously on nowhere near the same scale as GTA 5, which came later down the line, its bigger brother. It had the free roam mode where you can be wandering around the world and bump into other real life players. And Although apparently it's very, very hard on this one to find somebody else, people do still stumble across other people on GTA 4 online. Now, we're not going to pop this one in and test it, just because I think you've got to do quite a bit of the campaign to unlock GTA 4 online first. And also, I have it on good merit that it's very, very rare we will find anyone on this game online today. So instead, we'll move on to the next game. And that next game is an absolute fan favourite, and that is Skate 3. So apparently this game, even in 2026, has a real dedicated online following. And that's because Skate 3 has never been succeeded or replaced by another game. And that means people keep jumping back in to play Skate 3, even 10, 15, 20 years after it's been released. So apparently you can jump online, join sessions, still upload things to the skate park. Let's jump in and take a look. Now, I used to love the skate games back in the day, as I did the Tony Hawk games again. Any skateboarding game I absolutely loved. I don't recall playing Skate 3 online, so I'm not actually sure how it works online. I imagine it's like a skate park and you kind of like free roam, so to speak. So let's have a look. Hopefully we don't need to do any of the story mode, because I've not got any save data on this Xbox 360 on this account. So it's connecting to EA Nation. That seems all right, updating reports. I've got an achievement, 50G, for doing absolutely nothing at the moment. Let's see. It's still, again, now scanning for downloadable content, which is all promising. It all kind of suggests that online elements of the game are working. And here we go. So let's click normal. Choose your camera. Let's have a high camera, more like the Tony Hawk games. Okay, so now it's just said my disc is unreadable. Let me give the disc a clean and try all that over again. Okay, so I finally got the game working. Now can we get an online game? Online challenge map, online team. I guess let's go online challenge map. Join a team lobby, or we can do a quick match or a spot battle. Well, I've clicked quick match and it has immediately started loading. I don't know if that's just putting me into like a skate park free roam area by myself, or if it's matched me with another online player. And as you can see there, quite remarkably, we've got another... We are immediately into a game with another player. Obviously, this looks like it's just 1 against 1. I don't know if I can see... Can we have a look at the player list? Yeah, so it's just put me in a game with one other person. But again, like Call of Duty, we are in a game within 30 seconds. That is quicker at joining that game than what it takes to join a game on my Xbox Series X if I'm playing a modern game today. Straight into a game, and we're playing Skate 3 on an Xbox 360 online. In fact, he's actually sent me a message now. The guy I'm playing against has sent me a message. I don't know what that means. But yeah, Skate 3, Xbox Live, still works. And now for one of the more surprising ones. And that's going to be Dead or Alive 4. Now, apparently this one is very, very hard to find matchmaking in, but it is possible. There are a very, very small, dedicated community, again, on this one that are keeping it alive today. And apparently this one also depends on what region you're in as to how likely you are to find an online game. And that's probably down to matchmaking settings, where you only can matchmake with somebody in Europe, for example, or in North America, or in Asia. So we'll plug it in and we'll see if we can get in a game, but I've not got much hope for this one. Now, this, out of all the games we've chosen today, this is probably like the most obscure game. So this is the one that I would reckon wouldn't have people online. Obviously, it's not as big of a game or franchise as things like Call of Duty or Gears of War, or even Skate for that matter. So at the bottom, we've got story, time attack, survival, team battle, sparring, watch, ranking. So I'm guessing D or A, Dead or Alive online is where I want to go. So it's let me select online. A required update is available for online. Do you want to update now? Let's click yes. Let's choose my hard drive. So once again, it's letting me update the game. So that would suggest that there is some online functionality in the game that exists today. However, it is taking its time with this one. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. Okay, so it looks like the update is done. And we can let's just have a look first of all. Can we look at the world rankings? So we can look at the world rankings, which again would suggest that some parts of online do still work. So let's now do a player match, search for player match, quick match, custom match, or create a match. A quick match, can we get into a game? And there is a game there. I can join the game. Again, I'll blur out the gamer tag, but literally with pressed A, again, we are immediately into a game. As you'll see here, I think this is just the pre-match lobby area. So I think this is just the pre-match lobby area. But as you can see, I'm in a game with somebody else. And once again, that took no more than 30 seconds to find a game, which is quite remarkable. So some absolutely amazing success there with video games from 20 years ago. Now, it must be said, I did a little bit of research before this video, so I did look up what games do still work online today. And people online were saying that those 4 games you can find matches in even today. However, sadly, that is not the case for all Xbox 360 games. So sadly, most sports games, most licensed games, most racing games are offline now and can't be played online anymore. Things like your FIFAs, things like Grid, which actually only went offline last year, the end of 2025. Dirt as well, so I think Dirt Showdown and Dirt 2 were both online, but were taken down at the end of last year. Again, those servers were finally removed by their developers. And once the servers go for those kind of games, that's it. There are no patches, no updates you can do, no workarounds, and no second chances. And that's why sometimes even collecting physical media and being a game collector isn't enough to still play the games that you own. Obviously, a lot of these games, if not all of them, have got single player modes, so you can still do your career and stuff. However, once those servers are taken down, even if you own the disc, you still can't play it online. So why does any of this matter? Well, to people like me who've got large libraries, it's great to know that all the games are still functionable online. While I love modern gaming, there's also a lot wrong with modern gaming. And sometimes it's nice to just jump back into a time when gaming was much simpler. So if you collect Xbox 360 in 2026, online gaming still exists. But it is fragile, and once it's gone, it's gone. If there's a 360 game that's online now that you love, play it, enjoy it. It's probably a better experience than most modern games that are out today. So the Xbox 360 refuses to die quietly. Thanks to peer-to-peer networking and active communities, some of these games continue to work online 2 decades after they first released. So if you've got an Xbox 360, plug it in, connect it online, and experience these games while you still can. Now, I want to know, which Xbox 360 game do you still play online today? Or which do you miss the most? Which game do you miss playing from the 2010s, from the late noughties? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please do drop me a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot and help the videos grow. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep gaming.